Have you ever found yourself obsessing over your partner's exes or their sexual history? Well, you wouldn't be alone. It's a sort of psychological glitch, and it's so common. It has a name: retroactive jealousy. Now, Ben, not his real name, got in touch with exactly this issue. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years, and she's awesome. That's a good start. But I've developed 2 weird problems in the last year, and it's doing my head in. Number 1, I can't stop thinking about my girlfriend's exes, the guys that she was with before we met. I get obsessed thinking about the sex she had, picturing it in my mind, and I end up asking her questions about it. This isn't good for either of us. No, I can believe that. It must be problematic. And problem number 2, I'm really finding it hard to hold on sexually. I've always been on the quicker side, but not this quick. And then I think about her previous partners and how they must have lasted longer than me. How do I stop doing that? Thanks, Ben, for sharing, because both of the things that you mention, they really are quite common, but there are ways to stop. I'm here to tell you. So let's take them one at a time. Now, I should be clear that this isn't therapy. I don't have all the facts about your situation, but I'm very happy to give you some pointers on this. You've got some retroactive jealousy going on there, and the asking your girlfriend questions, the seeking assurance, is the classic response to it. And it's one of those things that we can all relate to some degree. We get with someone new, we learn a few details about their previous relationships, and we can't help wondering about how we stack up. And that's pretty natural, really. But sometimes these wonderings, they get to us, and they become a thing. We might do some digging on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to feel more informed about our partner's past. And then sometimes these thoughts, these wonderings, they might get a bit OCD. We feel like we need to respond to them. We can't change the past, but we can ask our partner for more details because we want to close down the thinking and the not knowing. Now, again, not recommended, but it's an attempt to close the loop of our thinking. It's trying to give us some peace of mind. And our partners can't really win in this situation because if they give us more details to chew on, or if they shut the conversation down, this only leads to more overthinking on our part either way. And then it crops up again and we go back down those mental rabbit holes. And like you say, Ben, sometimes this all kicks off later in the relationship. That's actually quite common too. You didn't really think about it, and then one day you did, and your mind latched onto it for some reason. Now, if this sounds like your experience, Ben, it's horrible and it feels a bit nonsensical all at the same time. It feels nuts, doesn't it? You're like, why can't I just put this down? A bit of a reframe can help. I mean, no matter who your girlfriend was with before you or what she enjoyed sexually, that was her prerogative, of course. And you had your intimate life too. And the experiences that she had led her to you. So even if she had really good times, whoever she had them with, it didn't work out, did it? Your girlfriend chooses you. Now, I know that rationally you know this already. And when we're fighting with intrusive thoughts and compulsions, rationality goes out the window. I know. So it can help to take a few deep breaths and explain what you're experiencing with your partner. Not asking the questions, not putting it on her, but just letting her know that you're getting these thoughts now and again, and you're going to tackle this. You're not going to let this hijack a really positive relationship, because you know that it's not about her or her past anyway. Some people find that the thoughts, the assurance seeking, the questions, etc., it gets so difficult that they end the relationship because they think there's something about this person's past that they just can't get over. And then they get with someone else. And then they are dismayed when they find that the thoughts start over again, this time attached to the new partner's past. All the more reason to get this in check if we notice this kind of thing and that we're bringing it along with us. So if you do find yourself in these OCD-like loops, get informed and get some help with it. ERP, exposure and response prevention, is the most efficient and proven way forward. It's a form of therapy that lets the thoughts in just a little bit. Doesn't try to suppress them or push them away, because that doesn't work. It's about learning how to hold the thought, to give it just a little space, but not act on it, not ask the questions or go digging for reassurance or snooping or whatever. And ultimately, that's how the thoughts lose their grip over us. Okay, I'm having this thought. I know what it is. It's very familiar. And if I don't wrestle with it, if I don't react to it, it has no power over me. And if it happens again 5 minutes later, the same applies. I'm having anxious thoughts about having thoughts, and I've got this. ERP is a treatment for all kinds of OCD, and the therapist and the client take it one step at a time. Maybe get sufficiently comfortable with picturing your partner walking along the beach with an ex, or having dinner together with an ex. Feel whatever that makes us feel, but know that we don't need to act on it, to ask questions, to make the thought, the feeling pass. Because it can pass along by itself when we don't latch onto it. Now, as we learn that, it's empowering, and it builds up our mental resilience to this stuff. So retroactive jealousy is perfectly treatable. There are loads of resources out there, and more info and advice, books, self-help courses, or find a local therapist with ERP credentials. And I can pretty much guarantee they will have come across this kind of issue before. Now for you, Ben, I'd probably recommend taking things in that order. You may well find that as you get past this stressor and your anxiety settles down, your sexual confidence picks up too. A lot of the pressure you're feeling will lift. Overthinking and anxiety and pressure are a recipe for sexual struggles. And if you did want a bit more support with lasting longer, see some of my other videos about relaxation and building up your sexual confidence again. I hear you when you say you've always been on the quicker side. So look at this as an opportunity for you to work on your stress levels, use your thinking a bit more positively, and in due course, this will benefit your sexual function too. Continue to enjoy your relationship in the meantime, while you work on things in whatever way you choose, and you'll be investing in the future of your relationship too. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you that what's right with you can't fix. Thanks again for reaching out, and I hope this is helpful.